What's going on YouTube? It's Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today I'm very super excited to bring to you my newest member of the collection. This is the Quiet Carry Waypoint. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. All right, today's a great day. Today I got this in the mail. I could not wait to get home and do like an unboxing video and overview. I had to get it out and wear it for the rest of the day. This is the Quiet Carry Waypoint. Some of you may not have heard of this company. Some of you might have. Kind of how I heard about them is there is a YouTuber by the name of Cedric and Ada. He is an Australian YouTuber, and if you haven't checked out his channel, you really need to. This guy has done some knife reviews, but more importantly, and very entertaining, and you'll just learn a whole lot from him. He does a lot of testing. He has his own method of how he tests knives as far as edge retention, and it's so interesting how he does it. He does a great job. But anyway, I was watching a lot of his videos, and he had mentioned that one of his favorite, what he thinks is the absolute best EDC knife steel that you could get was a steel called Vanax. Vanax is a steel that is corrosion resistant, similar to LC200N, which if you watched my review on the Spidey Chef, that's what that blade is actually in. But it has the edge retention close to M390. I thought, wow, that does sound great. That sounds like a great steel. So I did some research and tried to find a knife in Vanax, and I just couldn't find one. The only company that I could find that actually offered them was Quiet Carry, but at that time they were sold out. If you go to the website now, they might have some left in stock. This is the bead blasted version. They have a couple of different options, stonewash and everything. But anyway, they were out of stock. I was bummed, but I was like, okay. So then a few days ago, my good friend Bearded Gear, he put on a video. He'd gotten one for one of his videos, and I was like, oh crap, there's that knife. How did he get it? I went back, I watched his video, bought it as soon as I watched his video. So anyway, I was super excited about this. This is the Quiet Carry Waypoint. They do make other models. I don't have any of those. Probably will. They actually have a good deal on one of their models in 20CV, which you know I love 20CV. It was only $100. They were out of stock. So keep an eye on the website. I'll have it linked down in the description. But anyways, this is the smoothest action that I've had really on a thumb flipper so far. I have had my hands on some Chris Reeves Sabenzas, but I haven't owned one. I've played around with them and stuff at the store, local knife shop, and it reminds me actually a little bit better of the action of a Chris Reeves Sabenza. I know that a lot of fanboys out there might really hate me for that or leave me some bad comments, but fit and finish on this knife is so good. They do a great job. Now, I will say this, that, if I get the focus, come on, camera. I will say this, that it is an American company, but they do manufacture this overseas, and we really don't know where. So, website doesn't say, but take that as for what it's worth. This is an absolute gorgeous, well-made knife. These are kind of their signature, those 4 dots there. Full titanium construction. This whole knife is basically rust proof. It's kind of hard to say rust proof, but it almost is. This Vanax Super Clean Steel is something that I have really wanted to try out. So happy that I have it in my hands now. But all the hardware and even the lock bar for the liner lock is in LC200N, which is what the Spidey Chef is made out of. So this knife should do anybody, as far as an EDC knife, it should be a great choice. When I saw Bearded Gear's video of this, I got so excited, and when I saw they were in stock, I jumped on it. Now, it's not a cheap knife. Vanax is a relatively new steel, so it comes with a price point that, come on, camera. Anyway, you can kind of see there's a Quiet Carry logo. Let's see how well that's, there we go. And then on this side, as far as it just says Vanax. That's really all the branding or anything that's on it. There we go. So I love the blade shape. I love the materials. It is super, super smooth. It is like hydraulic. It's not drop sheddy. I mean, you can kind of shake it down, but it's just a smooth, and then listen to the detent. Oh yeah, perfect. And super excited. So let's go ahead and find out what this knife looks like compared to some other sizes. I was afraid it was going to be too small for me, but I was pleasantly surprised. Here it is against the PM2. And here it is against the Paramilitary 3. You can see the Paramilitary 3. As far as lengthwise, they're pretty similar. Obviously, the Waypoint is a much slimmer carry than the Spyderco's, especially in the pocket. You know, I'm a Spyderco fanboy, so it does not bother me at all. But you can see how much width it has on that blade. So this is a very smooth in and out of the pocket because it's so slim. The lines on it are so clean. It does have the wire pocket clip, which you guys know I love from Spyderco. It is super deep carry, so it just is a dream in your pocket. Let's go ahead and get it against the Benchmade Griptilian. This is the full-size Griptilian. You can see the size comparison there. And then we're going to compare it to, and Bearded Gear did a comparison video between these two, and I thought it was a great idea. So stay tuned for that. I will do a comparison video because these two are rust-proof knives. This one is designed for food prep. This one for EDC, but this one does make a great EDC knife. So we will probably do a comparison of these two knives. But you can see the difference there. Both of these are titanium. This is a titanium frame lock, and then I have another titanium frame lock that is pretty similar to the Quiet Carry. This is the Giant Mouse Ace Sonoma. So Ace Sonoma is a little bit larger of a knife, but you can see it is, I think it's going to be a great size for most people and what they want in an EDC knife. You guys know I like big knives, but I think this is going to suit everybody pretty well. Another great thing about this guy, let's go ahead and move this out of the way, is the weight. A lot of guys are weight crazy, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, saving ounces. This knife, 2.75 ounces. So all the ounce guys, the ounce counters out there are definitely going to love this knife. It is super lightweight. And like I said, when you put it in your pocket, you just almost forget that you have it there. The Vanax Super Clean is really the reason that I bought this. But I'm very surprised. Quiet Carry does a really, really good job. I've only had one in hand, but I've seen a couple of reviewers to review some of their other knives. They have some knives in, like I said, CPM 20 CV, some in LMAX, even some in D2. So there's a price range for a lot of folks, and that's great. The fit and finish on this thing is absolutely great. I will say the only thing that I don't like right now, it comes super sharp, but I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but the bevel is actually not even on the secondary bevel, the grind. So they didn't do a stellar job there, but you know, I'm okay with it. It is super sharp. Now that I can sharpen my own knives, it doesn't bother me that bad. Of course, I've never sharpened Vanax, so we will see how that goes. It does have a hollow grind, which is another thing I know a lot of people are going to like in an EDC knife. I did measure this one behind the edge, and it is around 20 thousandths, so not like crazy, but totally doable and very, very thin behind the edge for an EDC anyway. I don't have the actual specs on this knife like I usually do, but let's just get some, you know, we're looking at about 7.5 inches long. We're looking at the handle length at about maybe 4 3/8. The blade length at about 3 1/8 or so. So, you know, I knew it was going to be smaller than most of the knives that I like to carry, but I was pleasantly surprised that this thing, it fits my hand. The ergonomics is quite good. I can get a full grip even with my meaty old hands here around the guy. The jimping is done well. It's right there, right behind where your thumb sits to give you some more purchase on the knife. One thing I do like about the Giant Mouse is the jimping that they move a little bit further up. And I kind of wish they'd have done that with this, but it's still not in a bad spot. Kind of a comparison here as far as blades. The Giant Mouse, come on camera, has a crown spine, and I really like that about the Giant Mouse. This one is not crowned, but they did some awesome chamfering all the way down this thing. There's no sharp edges, even down. You know, all the way around here, everything is chamfered, and fits and finish is just stellar. I haven't taken it apart. Obviously, I just got it. So I've done a couple of, or seen a couple of videos where guys say that this is not that bad. It's pretty easy, straightforward to take apart. Of course, it's running on washers because it is supposed to be a corrosion-resistant knife. And, you know, do you need a corrosion-resistant knife, especially if you live where I am? Maybe not. And I'm not really a steel snob, but the more knives that I collect and the more that I use knives, the more I appreciate a good steel. You don't have to spend this kind of money. It's a $295 knife. Now, you're spending that money on the exotic steel, basically, for this one, but you're also getting premium materials, LC200 and lock bar and titanium. But you don't have to spend that kind of money to get a decent knife and a decent steel. So, guys, definitely stay tuned. We're going to be doing a video on budget knives here. So I know a lot of people are like, wow, why are you putting a $300 knife on there? Well, the $300 is actually not that bad compared to some knives. Trust me. But anyway, this is going to be the overview for this knife. I am super excited to try this out and bring it to you. I'm going to do a full review later. I'm also probably going to send this guy out to another YouTuber that has mentioned that he wants to get his hands on it. I don't quite know if he is on board yet, but that's the reason I won't mention his name now. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to my two buds, Bearded Gear and Big Bore EDC, the two guys that I interact with the most on YouTube. Those guys are so great. If you haven't subscribed to them, go ahead and do so. Also, Metal Complex. I basically started this channel because of Metal Complex. He's such an entertaining guy. He's got tons of knives. Definitely check him out. And guys, if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, like button, and stay tuned. I've got a lot more coming, a lot more stuff to do, a lot more fun to have. Remember that this is now beginning of another month, so I should be getting the Going Gear EDC subscription box. So that will be fun. We'll open that together and see what we get as far as that is concerned. And we will see you in the next one.